So what you're going to do is you're going to pay a $50 registration, one-time registration to CCLI. It's very simple. You can go on their website, and you will say, my songs have been registered, and here is a listing of my songs. And you have to identify who the writers are, what the splits are. It's very simple. I can talk you through that, but you can go online and find that. And then, once the songs are registered, and let's say, lead on, all of a sudden, these 26 churches are playing it, and they register it on their list. How many of you know what CCLI is? Worship leaders. Yeah. I mean, I got my very first CCLI royalty check and thought I am in the big time. And then I realized, oh shoot, I have to split that with my writer. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe you would never know. No. And you know, it's just exciting to go, oh my goodness. And his songs are being played in Lutheran churches all around the country. They are great songs, and he would admit it because it was way before he married me. No. But, you know, but they're making money. So if your songs are being used in your church, and you are well aware that they're being used in more than just your church, in 5 churches, then, you know, you can be generating some income. You know what? It could be $10, but I'm sorry, that is exciting. It's a little bit more than that, but not much. And then what happens? What happens is you register it. You know, let's just say, hey, out of the 3 of us, who's going to register it? Who's going to, you know, once we get the 5 churches using it? Chad is? Okay, great. No, but what you do is you register it, and CCLI will assign that song a number. So then you notify everybody else here at SIR and go, hey, whenever you sing that in a church, put the CCLI number on it.
Yeah. So we're affiliating before they, like, would we be affiliated, like, with our whole catalog, or with our
You can. You can. What you do is, at CCLI, you can put in, once you're a publisher, a CCLI affiliated publisher, you pay the $50. You have to fill out all this registration information. But once you are, then you just put that, every song CCLI assigns a number to it. But don't put your whole catalog. Just put the songs that are being used by churches. You know, just, you don't put all 800 of your work. Don't. Just put the songs.
But you're saying the $50 is a one-time.
One time.
Not for each song, just one time.
One time for you as a publisher. So with White Tree Music, that's all you need to, you know, you just do it. And so every song, when you write a song that's been using and you know it's being used in other churches, just like send in the publishing information. Yeah.
Like, what exactly, like, you said he could be his own publisher. Can you explain to me the publisher role?
Every single one of you, unless you have assigned your publishing to another person, you are your own publisher. Every song is, if you write a song 100%, there are 2 parts of the song. You own it. You own the publisher share and the writer share. Every song, as a songwriter, you own your song, your copyright, 100%.
Why would you assign it to somebody else? What would be like giving
they're giving you something in exchange for giving up your publishing. Like, they're developing you. They're investing development time in you. Pitching, exploiting your catalog, developing you. A publisher, like, for instance, you've invested in your writer, like you've invested in your writer this weekend by giving them some development training. I know that sounds schizophrenic, but you have. You as a writer, you're investing in your own publishing company, quote unquote. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're self-published right now. Like I heard a guy say that no, you don't even split the publishing up until you assign your publishing to a publisher. But I like to think of it as a song is split into 2 parts: publishing and writer share. And there's like a book Yes. This is called The New Songwriter's Guide to Music Publishing, Randy Poe. It's just a very, very good basic book. Go to the library first and just check it out. But don't get this business of music and non-pass and all that stuff. It's just crazy complicated. But this is just a pretty basic book. It's Randy Poe, P-O-E. Yes.
I have a publishing Neville Music. So if I would, like if I wrote a song with 3 other girls this weekend,
Right.
and they don't have published, they're established, how do we?
Just use your name. Just say, whoever you co-wrote with, what are your name? Like, it would be Julie Johnson Music Publishing, designee. You can put designee, because but you don't even have to do that. The only reason you'd put designee on there is if someone puts it on their record. If they put it on their publishing and they don't have a legit publishing company, then that's an indicator, oh, okay, then I need to find out who that publishing is, because I want to use this song. This is a scenario. Let's say one of you record a record in August, and you end up putting a song that you all wrote here. And what would be really nice is that you could either ask people to waive royalties and say, hey, do you mind if I put this on my independent record? And that means you've given me permission to not pay you every time I sell a CD. Does that make sense? Now, or you may go, hey, you know what? I know I'm going to make money on this CD. I'm going to sell it for $10 or whatever. And I've written everything, but maybe, if someone's contributed a song to it, I'll give them royalties. And this is how you figure royalties on an independent record. Like if you're an independent artist and you record a Matt Price song, and he's written 100% of it, and you're going to duplicate 1,000 CDs. Let's say the first run is going to be 1,000. How you handle independent royalties is you pay based on how many CDs you're getting duplicated. So let's say you're duplicating 1,000. And so the royalty rate is figured on the mechanical rate, statutory mechanical rate, which is 0.091 cents per song per CD sold, or iTunes download. So a download is the same as just a CD being sold. You have to pay the same. It's like a song on a CD. Does that make sense? So you would pay him 1,000 times 0.091 cents, which is $91. So it's like you just write him a check for $91. How cool is that? You've just invested in someone's songwriting.
So if it's 4 of us that wrote it, then we just split that 9 with him.
You split that in 4 ways, right? So it's a penny's business when you start co-writing and 4 writing and 3 writing. But it's pennies, which is, buy if buys a cup at Starbucks for hot water. Yeah.
So I just have a question about the 9 cents per song per CD. So if I had 10 songs on the CD, and it was like I owned 100%, so that would be 9 cents times 10 times the number of CDs sold.
0.091 cents.
0.091
0.09. And again, this is in, and all of this information is just pretty standard publishing stuff. And a lot of you don't have to worry about it right now. But the one thing is, though, is on these lyrics, like I want you to take the songs that you've written, and that's why I want lyrics on everything. And I have some of them, and I'll figure out, I have most of them. But treat this like, this is a business. It's like be professional. So with your lyrics, put every person's name on it, their first and last names. Put just a C circle, which means it's copywritten. Your date, you don't have to put the date that it was written, but just be sure everyone's name's on it at this point. And you can always say, and let's say you write this song, and you go, oh my gosh, you guys, I have this church that I'm doing worship at, and I want to pitch. I want them to use this song, so I'm going to pitch it. Well, what you can do is, if you're the point person, you can say at the bottom of the lyric sheets, FYI, all lyrics should fit on one page. Period. End of question. Never have 2 pages of lyrics. Ever, ever, ever. Did you hear me? Ever. One page. Never have 2 pages. If you have 2 pages of lyrics, you need to edit. Yeah. Okay? So just 1 page. Okay? And then the format is title, writer, lyric, and at the bottom, publishing information. So if Julie, she can say, for publishing information, contact Julie Neville. And then she will have your information. So there will be no question about, okay, there's 4 publishing companies and I don't know who to send information. I want to cut the song. You want to treat it like you want to give everybody all the information they need. So you would have your contact phone number. Anytime you send your songs to something, have your contact, your email on it. Okay? Any questions?
Yeah, you said you have someone writing under your publishing company. If a group of us guys got together and wanted to write songs, instead of going through Chad's publishing company, would it be more beneficial to go through if you liked our song? If you liked the song,
and you don't know, actually not, because you don't have to go through Chad's company. You are your own publisher, and like for instance, I'm very careful about taking songs. Like I could say, hey y'all, any songs written here at SIR? Mine. I don't want to. But if there were songs I were excited about, and you kind of went, okay, Cindy, blah blah blah, yeah, but you don't have to go through anybody's publishing company. You just need to have your own.
I just mean because you have more popular name, and then you could exploit if you believed in a song.
Yeah.
Then you could exploit it.
Would it be better to hire you as like a song plugger? I think that's probably what more he's
and I won't.
Or hire a song plugger.
No, see, that's a great question. I would take publishing before I would ever have someone pay me. Like if I have a song, if there's a song that I feel like, okay, this is something that blah blah blah. But you want it. Plugging is just this. If someone is charging for plugging, it's just really a black hole. It really is. And I know that's hard, but I will give you an evaluation of whether I think your song.
But I think that's what he's asking. It's like, how do you get it out there if you're the publisher and you don't have those contacts?
Well, what if I just told you just now? Like, how are you going to get your songs out there? Community. You are your resource. You have more of a resource than. No, not me.
Let's not go too far.
Yeah, okay, really. But I mean, I hear what you're saying, but it's just like you are a resource. And you know what? I'm excited about these songs, all the songs that have been created. I mean, I'm so proud of you all. And if there's a song that I'm going, hey, this would be so cool, let's see what happens with this. I'd love to put together it'd be fun to put together a little SIR best of 2013. I mean, and not a competitive thing, but, I'm going to post. I want to create I guess I could do an SIR YouTube channel, right? Mm-hmm. And I can upload all the videos, which would be a blast. But I need to get, it's a lot of money. But I have to.
Well, that's exactly my publishing.
Basically, if you wanted if you wanted a song for your publishing company, you would come and you would say, hey, I want that song for my.
Or I'd say, hey,
company.
I'd love to, let's do that. That'd be fun. I'd love to, whatever. But and that's, I'm very careful. I'm a developer. I am ultimately a publisher. That's what I want to do. I want to build my publishing company. But my passion is really development and developing writers. So yes, if I felt like I would say, hey, I'll work this. I'd love to work with you and exchange, blah. But I've got to have, that's not really how I'm building my business right now. So yeah.
Can the publishing be on a song, is on a song-by-song
Single
basis?
song, yeah, it's not all or nothing. It would be a single song most of the time, yeah.
In the case of getting registered with CCLI, it sounds like for a song to get on CCLI, the first 5 churches that use it wouldn't have a CCLI number. And then you get word that the 5 churches used it, so it's eligible for CCLI, so you put it on.
Right.
And then you get the word out.
Yeah, but usually CCLI doesn't move that fast. So, usually it's pretty easy to get 5 churches. Just go on their website and look at their, their information about their requirements.
And also the first 5 churches, CCLI is to give you the rights to use it. If 5 churches are doing it, you have given them the rights.
Oh, to collect on it.
So it's not necessary.
Yeah, so why wouldn't you? If your songs are being used by 5 or more churches, why wouldn't you want to have some kind of, it's awesome, yeah.
I have a question. I know you said by default we're our own publishers, but this is a question that's kind of been a barrier for me signing up with ASCAP as far as a publisher, but I think they have.
They're not a publisher. They're a performing rights organization.
Right.
And you're saying as a publisher signing up with them.
Right, and they have certain criteria for publishing. And I was like, you know what that is?
Yeah, well, go online. You guys have got to answer these questions. Their critique is that your songs are being played in public. Read their website. It's very clear. So.
Yeah, I've been to the website, but I guess it's like you have to demonstrate that you've done publisher.
No, you go on the website and find out what it is. It's very specific that your songs have to be played in public. That's one of the yeah. So all you have to do is go to a coffee house, whatever.
Right. So if you're playing your own song in public, that's enough.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's it. That's why.
That's where you're going. Okay. I would love